Kamala Harris went full angry Karen on Bret Baier. The interview was quite honestly very uncomfortable to watch. If someone is supposed to be a commander-in-chief, then they need to act like a leader. And there was no leadership shown by Harris. She was combative and confrontational. She refused to answer his questions directly. She made it seem like her and Biden tried to tackle the border issue as soon as they took office, when in reality, that did not begin until 2024, in an election year. It is clear she is used to getting her way. As a former prosecutor and attorney general, it is clear she is not used to being challenged, or used to being asked direct or uncomfortable questions. That makes it very difficult to lead if you always believe you are right, and your opinion is the only one that counts. When asked directly about catch and release and allowing dangerous migrants to roam freely through the country, she merely stated that she has and will continue to follow federal law. That is a very dangerous answer, because obviously, all laws are subject to change. Just as she and Biden repealed many of Trump's executive orders on immigration, she can just as easily go in and implement her own controversial policies. Saying she follows federal law is not an answer, because she can simply go in and change whatever laws she wants or doesn't like, and then follow those new laws. This interview should make it clear that her views have not changed, and she is still a very radical liberal. It is quite frankly very frightening to hear some of her answers to questions, like when did she first notice Biden was beginning to decline? And she simply stated he did what he was supposed to do. Over and over again, she refused to answer direct questions and kept making all of her answers about Donald Trump. She talked about the last 10 years of Trump rhetoric, which would seemingly date back to 2014 when Obama was in office. In reality, Democrats have been in office for 6 out of the last 10 years, not Republicans. According to many, she supposedly had a great debate performance versus Trump, seemingly prepared to give very memorized, rehearsed statements. However, in this interview, she clearly came in a bit too casual and underprepared, and presumed she would get a lot of softball questions, which didn't happen. Now Americans can see why she has avoided news conferences and not having interviews with non-friendly interviewers. However, as president, one is not going to always be dealing with friendlies. Most of the time you will have to work with people that have opposing views from you, and it is not clear if Harris will be able to do so. If there were 100 Republicans standing with her when the interview started, most or all of them probably wanted to run for cover when it was over. If her goal was to appeal to more male and non-Caucasian voters by her interview performance today, then she failed miserably. When Baier asked her about specifics on her policies, and said that is what the purpose of the interview was for, not spending all her time talking about Donald Trump, she said she has a website with more than 80 pages on it that discuss her policies in detail. Who has time to go and read hundreds of pages of material when she is supposed to be able to articulately convey her plans for the future of the United States, that are apparently different from what she has already done and failed at over the last 4 years?